a group of the Janjaweed and the Sudanese government armed forces invaded my hometown, Tawila, which is around 30 miles west of Al-Fashir. Al-Fashir is capital of northern Darfur. Around 8 o'clock in the morning, the government warplane, the Antonov, firstly came and dropped several bombs. The people feared and began running this side and that side. And a few minutes after, like 15 Sudanese armed force vehicles entered the city, and they went to the market. And just less than 10 minutes after that, more than 1,500 Janjaweed riding horses and camels and get into my village. They burned all the market, first of all. And some of the Janjaweed and the Sudanese armed force together, they went to the high school, Tawil High School for girls. There's the campus of the girls. And they raped 213 girls. Among them is my sister. 213 girls. For 3 days, they are raping the girls. And killed around 70 people. And burned 917 houses to the ground. They destroyed the wells and put poison on everybody who went to Tawila from the NGOs can find that clearly. They put poison on the wells. They cut the trees. And the people who got their way away will get shot. Most of the men killed. They invaded Tawila not one time and 2 times. They invaded more than 10 times. And believe it or not, before this conflict began in Darfur, there were more than 70,000 people living my hometown, Tawila. And today, I challenge anybody if there are 1,000 people living in that place. All the people of Tawila who managed to run away went to the Abu Shok refugee camps near to Al-Fashir. And now, no more than 15,000 only who are living right now in Abu Shok refugee camps. At the same time, the rest of the population of Tawila, nobody knows their whereabouts, whether they killed or still alive. Same way of the destruction of Tawila happened to more than 25 towns inside of Tawila. That act is not happen unintentional. It's planned and structured to force the people of Darfur to leave their homelands, from northern Darfur to western Darfur to southern Darfur. Same way of destruction. Same way of destruction. It is the same way. First, the Sudan government warplane will come and drop bombs, kill the people. After them, just the Sudanese armed force with vehicles come and enter the city, and followed by the armed militia Janjaweed. The Janjaweed don't know except to kill, steal, and rape. I personally lost more than 15 members of my very close relatives. At this time, I'm talking to you, my mother living in the refugee camps, and all the rest of my family members, they are living in the refugee camps, and some of them being lost. My brother, I don't know his whereabouts. 3 years. I went to Abuja, I went to Libya when the Darfur, nobody knows any information about them. We have been asking every single body we know, and we contact all the camps. Nobody finds him or know anything about him. The traditional way of life was destroyed. Hundreds of thousands have been beaten, raped, and killed. The villages they have lived in since they were born. The attributes of their civil society and the intimate social structure that bound them together have been obliterated and destroyed. We used to live as a one society. We don't know that this is Arab or this is non-Arab. Believe me or not, before I come to the United States, I never ever know anything about my neighbor's tribe. And I have never ever in my life asked anybody about his tribe. We live as one community. We just know that we are one community, nothing else. This definition of tribe and what tribe we belong to is this government produced. The government of Sudan and some of the Sudanese people are still denying these atrocities and these crimes, which is very shame on us. We have been organizing demonstrations, rallies, and vigils for Darfur in New York at front of the United Nations every month and every week during the past 4 years. No one of the Sudanese people participated in that demonstrations. And that means either they acknowledge and support this killing and death, or they don't care about our lives. At least I hope that the Sudanese people and the Muslim community in general to address this issue, the issue of rape, which is against our culture as Sudanese firstly, before against this our learning as Muslims or Christians. The United Nations and the United Nations Security Council and the international community, the human rights organizations, and all this list of human rights and human rights activists. Since these atrocities began in the year 2003, up to date, still debating and to determine the definition of the crime that happened in Darfur, whether it's ethnic cleansing or crime against humanity or war crime or whatever. But unfortunately, no serious act has been taken in order to stop this violence against the civilians of Darfur. When the genocide happened in Armenia, and then the Holocaust, followed by Rwandan genocide and Darfur, the world said never again. But unfortunately, it seems like going to happen again and again. The United Nations Security Council adopted dozens of resolutions. No one of them have been implemented because there is no mechanism to implement such kind of resolutions. The resolution 1706, the last resolutions adopted by the United Nations Security Council, call for immediate deployment of the international peacekeeper to save the life of people of Darfur. That resolution has many questions. One of them, they give the Sudanese government the right to give its consent in order to accept that resolution or not. And the Sudanese government clearly made it that we will never give our consent in order to send the international peacekeeper to Darfur. And that means we will continue killing and rape the Darfurian people, you like or not. Until then, the international community is still like playing games with the Sudanese government. China and Russia, the biggest supporters for the Sudanese government. China is the biggest investor for oil in Sudan, and Russia is the biggest provider for the Sudanese government by the military equipment. Those two countries standing strongly against any act to stop the genocide in Darfur, and they should be held accountable of this behavior. Also, the Sudanese government and the Arab militia generally must hold accountable of their crimes and the atrocities that committed against the people of Darfur. I hope one day come and see all my people go back to their homes and the violence step against them. And I would like to thank all the people of mercy concerns all over the world, here in the United States and everywhere else. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
What we don't know is that motasim, we had a challenge getting here yesterday. And I really, if anybody, a lesser person would just give up and not be here. And I really want to thank him for his persistence to being here. And the next